My audience isn't on social. That is one of the things that people often tell me, whether they're in, I hear it all the time from B2B companies, businesses that are selling to other businesses. My audience isn't on social. Um, that is 100% a myth and misconception. When we look at the data, we actually see that people are spending 23 minutes a day, 4 times a day on Facebook alone. That's not including Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter. It's not including anything else, just Facebook, 23 minutes a day, 4 times a day. People tell me their people aren't there. I tell them that's a myth, and I give them the data. They're like, oh, maybe they are. I did see this one person. Now, what I will say is people aren't always there to do business. The reason these social media platforms were successful is because they were about us. It was about the people that we know and trust, the people in our close circle, our friends and family. I tell you, one of our first projects was back when I worked for a corporation. It was in 2008. It was a restaurant group in the Midwest where their core demographic was senior citizens, 65 and plus. Most of the people that came into their restaurant were actually multi-generational. So it would generally be like the grandparents, their kids, and then the grandkids coming in for a nice dinner. The problem and the joke that wasn't really a joke because it was a true problem was their core demographic was literally dying off. They were literally aging out and just not making that purchasing decision anymore of taking that multi-generational family to dinner. When we did our first social media campaign, there was so much discussion around this is never going to work. Those people aren't on, it was Facebook at the time, those people aren't on Facebook. And we 100% proved them wrong. So one, their largest audience, we were able to grow a page from 0 to 8,000 with fan gating back in the day, if you will, when that was a thing. But their core audience, when you look at those demographics, their largest segment was the 65 plus bar graph on the audience demographics. Their next was the 45 to 55, and then down from there. I thought that was very interesting because those grandparents most definitely are on social, and we saw that in that case study. The other piece that was interesting is we as business people know that moms are making a significant portion of purchasing decisions. It's been estimated in different amounts. The latest one I saw was like 75% of purchasing decisions comes from moms. To see those demographics skew in that, in the 25 to 45 sort of age bracket, I think is really beneficial. The other thing to know about moms, when I hear from clients or from prospects, my audience isn't on social. The other thing to know about moms is that millennial moms make up $750 billion of purchasing decisions. Moms as a whole across the globe make up $2 trillion of those purchasing decisions. Moms are on social. They're on different platforms at different rates. Moms are on social. I also heard, speaking of millennial moms, and I know I'm going on a few tangents, but millennial moms. So I was at a conference a couple weeks ago that was geared toward millennials and change makers. And I heard a friend say, I wonder why there's not more millennials here. I'm like, wait, I am a millennial. And she's like, oh, you are? As if like I'm so old and can't be a millennial. But her point was, her comment was, there aren't more millennials here because they don't have enough money to attend this conference. The conference was a very affordable conference in conference terms. Millennials 100% have enough money to attend those conferences. We as millennials got older. Many of us are parents. So not only are we making purchasing decisions for ourselves, we're making it for our family, and hence the $750 billion worth of purchasing power for millennial moms. So when clients and prospects come to me and they say, my audience isn't on social, we have case studies that says, yes, your senior audience that you're looking for, they are on social. we also know, and this is a well-documented and well sort of reported situation, millennials are on social, and millennials are making up a significant portion of purchasing decisions, particularly millennial moms. And the third little segment, so one is an age one is the millennial one, which I suppose is an age one too. But then the third piece is, no, I target business people. I'm in the business to business realm. Those people aren't on social. Oh, yes, they are. I can guarantee you those people, if they're in business, they are most definitely on LinkedIn. The thing we need to be careful about with LinkedIn is we as users do not use LinkedIn in the same way that we use these other platforms. For example, when we're, on a lunch break or a break during the day and we're spending our 23 minutes scrolling through a platform, it's unlikely that we're doing that on LinkedIn. Many of us are using LinkedIn, more in a business development role. Yes, job seekers are using LinkedIn, but from business development, we're also using it to find a particular contact, like who at this company should I be reaching out to? Or I just met this person at a conference. Let me check them out on LinkedIn and let's connect. So that tends to be the more common behavior. When we're looking for those business people, there are so many ways to reach them via the other social platforms when they're spending their own personal time, looking at pictures of their friends and family and seeing what their friends are out doing. We can show up in that feed. And that is part of the reason why messaging and authenticity and targeting and some things like that I'll talk about in later videos is so important, because those people are there. They're there quite a bit during the day and throughout weeks and months. It's a great place to catch them. We just have to be really strategic. So those are my thoughts on what happens when people say my audience isn't on social. I call them out, and you can too.